Hi, I'm Noelle Hyman with paperclipping.com, and we are in the Sizzix booth. We're looking at the Eclips 2 and the Eclips 2 with Bluetooth, which is the next one coming out. But I first wanted to introduce Sharon Sowell to you. Hello. This is an amazingly talented artist. I want you to see what she's been doing as she's been here at the show. This is her hand cutting. You cut this completely 100% with these scissors by hand?
Freehand. Yeah, I just freehand. We generate the images for the Eclips that are just cut freehand with a pair of scissors.
So this is how all the cuts start?
Yeah, and then you can actually cut it out with a high-tech scissor instead of the low-tech one in just a minute with the Eclips.
So you're saying the high-tech scissor is the Eclips?
Yeah, pretty much. What it's taken me 20 years to figure out how to do, you can do it at the push of a button.
Only because you've done it first, though. Let's show really quick just an example of one that you cut and then the way that the Eclips cut it afterward. So do you know which is which? You do? Because we can't tell.
You
so
can't tell.
No. One of these was cut by the Eclips, but the original is here. So I can't. Which one is the original here that you did?
This one is the original.
Yeah. Okay.
You can actually capture all the detail.
Yeah, I mean they look the same. So hopefully the camera is picking both of these up. One's done by Sharon and then one by the Eclips, and they look the same. So this is how all of these are cut. Sharon, let's walk over here and take a look at. Just give the camera and the audience an idea of your different designs here.
A shadow. Some of these, the shadow kind of masks a little bit of the detail, but you can catch every single hair that's cut on the pandas.
Yeah, that's really amazing. Look at the Cupid here with all the leaves. It's adorable. So
we've got a series of Parisian images and bird cages and
and the Easter. There's the Eiffel Tower. Right. All right. So we're going to look at the machine now. Thanks so much, Sharon.
Thank you.
We're going to take a look at the machine and how the new Eclips 2 is different from the Eclips 1, and then also the one with Bluetooth coming up. And we're going to come over to Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
How are you, Noelle?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
All right. We picked out a cut that we saw on the wall. It's that one with the birds and the leaves.
Yeah.
And you're going to get it started for us?
Yes.
And then you're going to tell us about this machine.
The Eclips 2, it's a new. We were demoing it at the show. Eclips 1 was a cartridge-based, controller-based machine. Also, we could hook it to a computer. Well, this one is strictly for the computer.
Okay.
So it's more for the user that wants it more affordable in order to get rid. What we did was we got rid of the controllers, so therefore we were able to reduce our price.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And without sacrificing the machine.
Yeah.
It actually has bigger and better motors, so they're quieter, faster, stronger. That's what we're saying.
Okay. All right, should we start it cutting?
Yes. Let's go ahead and I'm going to put this paper down. I already put the paper in, and we'll just hit cut. It's very similar to the existing Ecal 1, so now we're calling it Ecal 2 version. It comes with the machine, so it's free with the machine.
That's the software?
Yes, the software that does it. It also works with Mac and Windows-based, so either way.
All right. Now, while we let that cut, can you tell us about the next one that's coming out?
Yes.
Because this one is going to be available in February, I think,
yes,
right?
February, March.
But the next one is going to be like 8 months after that.
That's the one a lot of buzz is happening. We're the first ones to bring out a tablet app that actually works via Bluetooth. So you remove your wires and you're hooked up to the cutter. So let me show you.
Okay, let's take a look. It looks, I think it looks the same. Is it different?
Right now, it is different just because of a user interface. So we still have a mat, so where you're placing it is where it's cutting. But just to not junk up the screen, you have these extra tabs here. Normally we had a lot of properties showing up on computer screens, but because everything's more touch, see, you can see how I can make it larger, I can move it to the side, I want to make it smaller, let's rotate it, I can skew it. So you can see what you can do now is just by dragging, dropping, moving it in, bringing it over. And you would just hit the same thing. You would have other buttons up on top, loading a mat, and the actual cutting. And the other thing that we're introducing is soon we'll have a store. You could see a little shopping cart right there. So right now, if the internet is up and running in the show here, this would be popping up our website. So you can download shapes.
Cool.
So I guess our internet's too slow.
So the main difference between these two is this one's got the Bluetooth, so you can use like an iPad or any other kind of tablet.
Yes.
All right. Is there any other difference between the two machines?
There is one other difference on this. We'll also have what we call a contour cut, which basically, after you print something, you can put it in. It automatically finds the registration marks, and it'll cut around it.
Okay, so you're not having to manually do it yourself.
Right, which we have to do on the other model over there.
Okay, so I bet that is probably close to done. So let me just point out for the camera, here's the large version this is the large version of what we first started cutting. And Kevin, does that look like it's finished?
Yes, it's finished.
It is finished. Okay, so let's go over and take a look at how it did.
I'll go ahead and eject it. There's a couple ways that you could take this off. Either you take off the negative piece or you take off the positive, but I'm just going to do a little bit without trying to damage it too much. But you could see the detail, the level of detail here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep, as I'm tearing this apart, but
normally you're not going to tear it that way.
Sorry.
All the little pieces. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yep.
So this one just has a couple pieces here to pull out
which
still.
you can either pull out with, we have a die pick, so you can see all the little tiny detail that you can pull out.
In fact,
go ahead.
What? No.
And then I would just use my spatula now to remove it off.
Oh, okay. While we're talking about detail, let's look at one more thing here. One of these cards right here. So here's a nice little card. It's all cute, and then you open it up, and it's got tons of intricate detail. So that gives you an idea of how nicely the Eclips cuts.
The fine quality of cutting is something that we really proud ourselves on here. So. Very fine.
Yeah,
yes.
Really nice. Well, thank you so much, Kevin.
Nice seeing you.
Nice to see you too.
Yes.
So the designs here were done by Sharon Sowell,
yes.
And this is all for the Eclips 2 and the Eclips 2 with Bluetooth coming up in the future by Sizzix. I'm Noelle Hyman, and this is Kevin.
Nice seeing you.
Nice to see you. Thanks so much.
Bye.
And we're with paperclipping.com.